5 years ago Ashley wouldn't include dreamed of dividing a selfie on Instagram. While she was at first undiagnosed in lack of appetite elderly 14 she was shy and missing in trust. But later she found Instagram's Restoration Society. Some human beings love herself who located on the highs and lows of residing in and consuming disturbance. She solved to begin her own expense wherever she would position photos of her meals and paper her date. My Instagram nourish was a visible remind of which I'd corroded how date. So I could virtually see behind and see, strike, how very isn't really lot, she says. It was type of the at first move to confirming how thing had to be made. With hashtags, she constructed up a shut-knit team of followers who would commentary on her posts, celebration her successes and support her via bad days. End of Instagram position by Path to Smile. A examination recent year nominal Instagram as the lowest public print plate for youthful human beings as psychological public health. The research alerted the picture-focused application, wherever users stake photos and videos in their followers, could be drive ego of inadequate and concern. But for Ashley the app play an essential part in her restoration of lack of appetite. It helping me understand how I wasn't one, since some human beings were departure via the identical item as me, she says. End of Instagram position 2 by Path to Smile. K. Ska says Instagram can as well assist break down the ban about psychological public health. The 23-year-old has struggled in concern, depressive and consuming disorders for largest of her lifetime. But she says wiring on her experiences gave her way of speaking publicly on her psychological public health at a period while she didn't sense convenient talk to friends or household. At the begin Instagram was fair a plate to courier myself. Later human beings begun comment on my posts, regarding to which I was proverb, that type of stunned me, she says. I didn't very include lot friends who were how supporting, so it was supernatural for me to discover so lot human beings who are truly establishment for thou. End of Instagram position by OK_Ska Emma Forsyth, 32, as well found supporting while she couldn't get pregnant woman. Thou nearly sense love a whim since yours flesh is substantially betraying thou, she says. He's frankly one of the loneliest ego and not one can very aware which he's love except they are departure via it as so yours friends dong t get it. Yours household dong t get it. Rather frequently yours affiliate doesn't get he. But a few months ago she set up her own sterility-only Instagram expense and was quickly submerged in supporting messages and comments. Lot of the female she met on the internet became friends in actual lifetime and are now a urgent portion of her supporting web. End of Instagram position by Pnema. All three female recognize Instagram has its downsides. The attention on flesh picture in special can be hazardous for human beings in and consuming disturbance. If who sees how a specific flesh kind gets more than likes, unconsciously thou departure to believe I wish to see love how too much, Ashley says. K as well warns versus reliant to lot on public print and says he's essential to be finicky on who you pursue. While I was increasing up I found I was comparing myself in some human beings on the internet. Not one said me how I didn't include to pursue these accounts how done me sense bad on myself, she says. Time she after found Instagram a large resource of supporting, she as well stresses it isn't a replace for vocational assist. Yet, Emma says how for her, the Instagram society imbued a empty how wasn't creature aimed by her doctors. Fruitfulness clinics tend to consider female nearly love machines that requirement locking, she says. Which they're not take in expense is the material house departure on in yours chief. She says the human beings she has met via Instagram include helping her transactions in the emotion effect of sterility. It was fair so freshening to discover human beings proverb I'm departure via the identical item, thou not by oneself.